Next, I want to show you how to use one of the tools in NetKernel, the Grammar's Kitchen. And it's a tool for debugging grammars. So let's go back to our module.xml file and grab this grammar. Paste it into the tool. We'll do some cleanup. Okay, then what we can do is we can put in the resource identifier here and request that it parse the identifier, and we'll see that it does identify it, and here are the values that it parsed. We can also use the tool to construct an identifier. So let's make a slight change here. Let's make this JSON and go down here and say construct identifier, and you'll see that here it constructs a properly formed identifier. So using this tool, you can quickly debug and construct grammars and then paste them back into NetKernel. The last tool that I'm going to show you is the visualizer. This is a tool that allows you to see details about all the requests that are sent to NetKernel. But first I'm going to go to the cache tool and clear the cache, and we'll go back to the developer, the visualizer tool. And the visualizer captures a lot of information, so it's off by default. So we're going to start the visualizer, and then we're going to create a new tab so that we can make the request again to localhost 8080, the grammar demo. And there it comes back again. And we'll go back and stop the visualizer. Now let's take a look at this trace. Here you can see that the request came in to the transport and to the overlay, and here's the identifier. That's exactly what we typed into the grammar. And then we can see the requests going through the different spaces. Here's the dynamic import that we used to import our demo module into the fulcrum. There's our mapper, where the request for grammar demo has the prefix stripped out, and then this request is issued. And then you can see that this request resolves to the user timeline external accessor, and eventually it then returns this binary stream of information. We can take a look at all the representations at each point of the processing. And then we can see here that the HTTP client accessor uses the HTTP request that was constructed to make an external call out to Twitter. And then we can take a look at what Twitter sends back, which is exactly what we're returning from our endpoint. So that's it. That's a brief tour of NetKernel, how to install it, how to download the demonstration code from the repository, and to use some of the NetKernel development tools.